Rafe, you've also played Voldemort, of course. So we're wondering what your advice is for the next actor stepping into the Harry Potter universe as he who might not be named.
Make sure you can handle the long flowing robes and don't trip over them. Practice your long flowing robe walk. And also I wore tights. Initially I wore tights that were one piece, so they had a gusset, which then kept getting lower and lower through the shooting day. It became uncomfortable. So then I said, I want to have individual tights, like a garter belt.
So demanding.
So I enjoyed teasing the stunt guys by lifting up my robes and showing them my garter belt.
Rafe, I do have to ask you, since you're joining the Hunger Games prequel as younger President Snow, what's your take on stepping into that role so closely associated with Donald Sutherland?
Well, I worked with Donald Sutherland once.
Happy Hunger Games, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
I thought he was fantastic. Obviously, big shoes to sort of stand alongside of, but he brought wonderful complexity to that part, and I'm playing a slightly younger version of him. So, yes, I am challenged but excited, and I'm looking forward to it.
Try to think of something different. Oh, I thought people going lunatic. Moving up and down again. That's all the stars in the world.
This sequel gave us one of the most watched horror trailers ever. At one point, it was over 146 million global views. What do you make of the fan excitement, and why do you think that this franchise still has people losing their minds 2 decades later?
Oh my God!
I know.
Well, I think people come to expect a certain kind of mix. They know that Danny Boyle and Alex will deliver a film that operates on all kinds of levels. They know they'll get value for money as entertainment, but I also think they'll know there's a wit and an intelligence and a kind of provocation that you won't get in most franchises, just because the combination of Danny and Alex is pretty great.
Rafe, your character offers a different perspective during this dark time, creating a memorial for the deceased.
There were so many dead. Infected and non-infected alike.
There are many kinds of death.
And some are better than others.
Why was it important to have Dr. Kelson create this bone temple?
I think Dr. Kelson is a survivor with a set of skills. That's another film. I think he hasn't lost the sense of the importance of recognizing the people who have died. So a world where there are no one is burying people in graves. I mean, the ritual of burial has gone. So what can there be as a substitute is the bodies are collected, their bones are taken, and they're very consciously put into a temple or an arrangement whereby they are honoured. I think Kelson honours the dead. He's a little bit on the spectrum, but he's obsessed with this place where the dead are recognised. And they may have been infected, they may have suffered, they may have been, but he hasn't. To him, their essential humanity is borne witness to by being in the temple. And that's quite unusual. It makes him a sort of seer or a priest or a, what's the word I want? Can't remember, but he's got a sort of weird mix of priest artist, like it's a sort of installation, sage, and he's interesting creation by Alex and Danny, and I love what he is, and he also says, remember Mori, memento mori, remember you must die, but also at the end, memento amoris, I think he says, remember you must love, and I love the simplicity and nakedness of the brave thing to say in a movie, but I think it was wonderful essential point. Remember, you must love. And I think he has not lost. There's the love. He has love in what he does. He has a sense of love. He hasn't lost his love of humanity, which is quite a big achievement.
He can also tell the truth. He's like the only one who, you know, Spike is searching for so many answers, and Kelson's the only one who is able to be very kind of brutally honest with him. But in that, there is such a care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jodie, while Isla is not infected with the rage virus, she is battling an illness affecting her physical and mental health. So what's the bigger message that you hope viewers take away from her struggles?
Oh, God. It's interesting because I never approach my work with this is what I want people to take away, or if there's any sort of hidden message. But I think what's really beautiful and what spurs her on is that I think Spike is the only person who hasn't stopped believing in her, you know, and that really spurs her on. I think she's someone who's been kind of ostracized and isolated and underestimated, and people don't really know what to deal with her. And I guess that could also be an example of maybe how we we treat the elderly in our society, and you know, we kind of turn a blind eye and hope that the problem kind of rectifies itself. But she still has such a capacity to give, and she's fortunate that her son is able to kind of help her in seeking some sort of solace, I guess.
Now, Danny Boyle has confirmed that Cillian Murphy will be returning on screen for the Bone Temple sequel.
Hello!
Rafe, you shot that sequel back-to-back with him in this film. Jodie, of course, Cillian was an EP on this one, so I'm sure that you worked with him as well. So what has it been like working with the OG himself?
The OG, what's that?
The OG. Is that the original gangster?
No, OG just means original, so since he's the
original guy.
I know where I got gangster from. It's the end of the day. I have to say, I haven't actually worked with Cillian closely, so I don't really have an awful lot to contribute to that.
No, I've not.
Yeah.
I admire Cillian enormously. I'd love
Me
to work
also.
with him. He was not around because he didn't need to be, so we've not met him. The spirit, his benign spirit, was inspirational.
Absolutely.
But we haven't worked with him.